Brought to you by Fifth Third Bank.
My initial plan was to enlist in the Air Force, do my job, become technically proficient at my job, be the best at my job, and then go to school. And my goal was to get out and have an associate's degree and as close to a bachelor's degree as I could in those 4 years. Get out of the military and then use those experiences and those benefits that I accrued in the military to come back to Chicago and pursue something like business and, kind of go about my life from there. But obviously those plans, all dramatically changed after 9/11. For me, it was this feeling of like, I have to do something. And I remember kind of being overcome with emotion. And I remember specifically thinking, like, if this can happen in New York, this can happen in Chicago and LA. My family's in Chicago. Everyone's in the suburbs. Everyone works in the city. I kind of felt like it was my duty and my sense of duty to basically pursue pararescue so that not only could I kind of, be on the front lines of not only, what became the war in Afghanistan and also in Iraq, but I wanted to save lives.
My father was killed in a helicopter crash in Afghanistan on March 23rd, 2003. He was flying a rescue mission to rescue 2 severely injured children when, for reasons unknown, his helicopter went down and everybody on board was killed. IPAF made it possible that I was able to go to Fort Bragg and get military experience. IPAF made it possible that I was able to go overseas and get overseas training in public health. I was told by my recruiter that it was through these rotations and the contacts I made at the military base, that's what set me apart. And in February, and late January, early February, I received a call from my recruiter immediately after orientation on one of my difficult rotations that she was congratulating me because I had just received commission into the Army Veterinary Corps. One of my areas that I'm especially interested in is working with special operations and special forces. The medics that go out on the teams of special forces are typically trained by veterinarians. What we do is highly applicable to all species, not just animals.
If he was physically here, what do you think he would say?
I honestly can't imagine what he would say, except he was proud of me. He was an important part of my life. He still is an important part of my life. I have a picture of him on my desk. And he is someone that I work hard to make proud. I want him proud of me more than anyone else in the world besides my mother.
A lot of people think Illinois Patriot Education Fund is just a scholarship program. Wouldn't you say it really helps build better communities?
It has definitely helped groom better, productive families and, it basically helped groom the next generation. 2 loving parents being able to spend time with both their boys every night. My wife does social work, we both we're very, very middle-class family when I separated from active duty. Being awarded the Illinois Patriot Education Fund scholarship and the Pat Tillman scholarship, those were game changers as far as the daily stresses that kind of came along with being able to pay the bills.
Not only has IPAF eased that financial burden, but IPAF also made it possible that I was able to gain more experience that made a significant difference in my application for the Army Veterinary Corps. They paved the way for my future career as a civilian veterinarian for later on, but especially as my career in the Army, where I'm going to be giving back to my country.
If your sons wanted to be in the military, what would you tell them?
My wife and I joke about that all the time, I'll be with my boy and we'll be wrestling. I'll be like, yeah, he's gonna go try to, one-up dad. He's gonna go try to be a Navy SEAL or something like that. But no, in all honesty, I do hope that they choose to serve. This is where I look to all of you to kind of look back at my journey and the body of work that I've created and the body of work that my family's created, to continue giving because there are always more airmen, more sailors, more soldiers, more coasties, all coming back. And they all have their own dreams and pursuits, whether it be a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a doctorate, and they all need your help.